it does other people. And, whatever. We got to take a quick break, folks. I'll be right back.
Now, don't get your panties all worked up.
The Y'all the Banks, and we'll be right back.
And you'll love it.
CRRM, CarePoint Billing Services. Their billers and managers are all dedicated to working for you to increase your profits. For more information, call CRRM at 248-579-3805. CRRM, CarePoint Billing Services.
Check out the new book from Derek Shelmerdine,
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
It tells the story of rock and roll from its roots right up until the mid-'70s punk.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Not just the music, but also the events that shaped the music.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
It includes the backgrounds to recording sessions, singles, album releases, births and deaths, epic concerts, and festivals.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Shelmerdine has made a painstaking effort to document pretty much every event that would prove significant in shaping popular music.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Purchase the book at www.rockandrollunraveled.com. Follow him at Twitter at R&R Unraveled and look him up on Facebook at Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
By author Derek Shelmerdine.
Available now.
You're listening to the John LeBang Show.
Join the radio revolution right here.
It's better than some good Thai stick, man.
Yes, I would like some too.
It's somewhat oddly ironic, maybe even a little comical on some level, sad on others, but regardless, that the week I just had, it's been more like 10 days, but the recent stretch of history all culminated right before my grandfather's birthday because of how much of a support he was to me. And when I realized how much time and effort I put into not only this show, but the other endeavors that I do, some personal relationships. And this whole week, I've felt pretty much underappreciated for practically everything I've done. And then I just get a reminder that, my grandparents, maybe that's the standard I've set for everybody, or the standard I, expect people. I don't know, but it might just be the pinnacle. And after these last few extraordinary sequences of days here, I just it's hard doing this, because when I first started this show, I was trying to get out some good information, trying to be as accurate as possible. But now I'm looking at it, because I've grown so much, there are other factors that now are in place. Because you can't just say screw it all when you've built so much now. And I don't want to say screw it all, because I'm not that way. I'm a loyal son of a gun when it comes to things I engage in. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to put my effort in there. It's another ironic thing is I just had it was just last night that I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, musician, who was he's like, we got to do something now, man. We're getting older. And I'm like, that's your problem, man. You think you got to do something now. I've always taken that approach. I didn't need to get to be older to understand that every day could be your last, and that you should just cherish the good things that you have. And the things that are really bringing you down, you've got to remove them out of your life. And if you're going to wait because you just realized your days are numbered, how did you not know that? Our parents and grandparents are examples of that. It may seem like I'm rambling on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have an entire show planned out for you, and I'm not interested. I am not interested. I've been working on it all week. Maybe I'll get to it, and I'm sorry if that's why you're coming to the show, is just to hear the latest news or the latest breaking information. It's not going to happen probably this hour. I will try to fit it in when I feel I can do it. You know, you put time and effort into each one of these shows. You put time and effort into your job. You know, people think this is an easy gig. It's not easy. Just because it sounds like all I do is talk, there are many others out there that'll tell you this is not an easy gig if you want to be something at this. And that's where I'm at now. I'm at a point where I'm like, man, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do this. This radio gig. But there's so much noise out there, and you can't get the big support. And I've tried to explain that to newer presenters and hosts that ask questions like, I've been doing my show for 10 weeks. Why haven't I got more listeners? And I'm like, dude. And when I replied to them, I try to explain that they're being a little naive. Now that the world is so interconnected and every person on the planet can have a Facebook Live or a YouTube video, a blog post, they can have a website, they can have a page on Facebook. There's so many of us out there. Millions and millions. The market is saturated. And because it's saturated, nobody's getting any real volumes of people listening. Even my numbers, which are a culmination of all the great stations I'm on, are not considered great numbers. And there are people, plenty of them, that have way better numbers than me. But unless you're drawing in 3 or 4 million a day, you're a nobody. Nobody. What you got to focus on is, if you want to do this, and I don't know how I got on this from my grandparents, but these are the things that have, in many regards, demoralized me this past week and a half. Because I have a track record of showing who I am. I was going to give you that tonight. I was going to go, boom. Told you this was going to happen. 5 days later, this happened. I told you. But then I get this guy's a ego guy. So I don't want to feel like or sound like an egotistical guy because I'm tooting my own horn. But I don't have the support group to toot my own horn. Or to toot my horn for me. There are a few. And I can't thank those people enough. But then there are others who I support that don't even have the courtesy to step up to the plate and return the favor. So this is all making me reflect. This past week, my grandfather's birthday, my current employment situation, and my other ventures that I'm involved with. It's like sometimes it's not worth the effort to try to open people's minds, to try to show them the information. When you have family members who don't have the correct information or they're ignorant, they try to discredit you publicly. And then when a stranger comes along and corrects them, even though they've been arguing with you over the same topic, and a stranger comes up and corrects them, that stranger has more credibility than you do. See, you know what people think about you by how they actually treat you, not by what they tell you. But there are a lot of people that'll tell you, oh, you're awesome, you're great, you're this, you're that. But their actions don't meet their words. And that's maybe, where I hold the standards for people a little too high. And I feel like I hold the standards for me way higher than I hold the standards for other people. I mean, don't we all do that at some point? To have certain people in your life, they've got to meet a few standards, right? You're not going to bring somebody in your life and call a friend that you completely hate or is going to steal from you or something. So we all hold some sort of discriminatory standards to our interpersonal relationships. But seriously, I don't hold people's very high. I don't expect much from people. And the amazement is, with such low standards that I set for other people, that they can't even reach that. They find a way to go down into dirtbag mode. It's very simple. And if we can't all treat each other this way, then there's a major problem with the country. And since I already know that there's a major problem with the country, this is nothing new to me. But if we can't just, if our actions aren't there, if what you're saying is completely opposite to your actions, I can't be a part of what you're doing, man. We've got to take a quick break, folks. I've gone long. More on the flip side.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Listening there. Don't go anywhere. John LeBang Show is going to be right back. Just ask the hillbilly.
That's right. Right after this.
What about me? Maybe next time.
Powerful. Epic music by Toot Box Row. Life-changing lyrics come in every style, empowering humanity to finally unlock the chains of bondage. Experience the edgy side of positive music and rock your world today. From Primal to Divine, available now at sassyalternativemusic.com.
If you are elderly, disabled, receiving SSI or Medicaid, and you have a medical need or require assistance with daily housework, shopping, grooming, medication, you may qualify for housekeeping at no cost. Call now. VIP Home Healthcare, 248-579-3805. VIP Home Healthcare, there when you need them. That's 248-579-3805.
Fans, do you need a video for your brand new song but don't have a lot of money? Then contact John LeBang. His reasonable rates, professional look, and fast turnarounds will help get that song off the ground. Contact him at jlebang.com.
Hey, man, it's at the bottom of the hour, man. Do you know where your kids are, man?
Forces of darkness, the treasonable minds who collaborate must, can, will be wiped from the face of the earth.
I really thought this gig was about integrity, but it's not.